I want my children to be safe.
Hey guys, I just finished watching the first 3 episodes of Raised by Wolves on HBO Max, and I thought I would share my thoughts regarding the show with you guys. So you can decide whether or not it's something that you'd be interested in watching. Raised by Wolves is an original sci-fi show on HBO Max that has Ridley Scott of Blade Runner and Alien fame directing the first 2 episodes and acting as an executive producer for the rest of the 10 episodes. Just with that name attached, you should be curious as to what the legendary sci-fi director is bringing to the table. Love or hate his work, you cannot deny the impact he has had on the genre with his piercing and thoughtful work. Raised by Wolves has all the markings of a Ridley Scott joint. Androids, an alien planet, and monsters lurking in the dark. There's even a female lead with incredible powers. Beyond these trademarks, the first 6 episodes explore his favorite questions, including the nature of humanity, the trappings of fate, and what shape our dystopian future might take. He has a huge budget, and he is able to provide rather lavish special effects. The series looks spectacular at times, with beautiful blue-gray vistas covered in billowing steam and fog. Welcome to Kepler 22b. An inhabitable planet left untouched by space travelers until an android ship lands perilously close to a gaping hole in the ground, which we are told were made by some kind of serpents later on, but haven't been shown a lot of that. On board are mother and father, 2 sentient robots clothed in shimmery 80s era bodysuits who have come to Kepler 22b in order to birth 6 human children of their very own. No, the androids do not get cheeky with it, but instead they brought frozen embryos with them in the ship without life support. They have a total of 12 embryos and they ended up making 6 babies. 3 boys and 3 girls, all of various ethnic backgrounds. Mother tells her children the history of humanity. So they escaped a dying planet where religious fanatics led a semi-successful crusade to rid civilization of all non-believers. In turn, they somehow destroyed Earth and had to board an ark called, and I shit you not, Heaven, in order to escape. Because Heaven is filled with living, breathing souls and not 2 androids and a few buckets of reproductive fluids, the ships took much longer to arrive at Kepler 22b. As adamant atheists, mother and father fear its arrival, though one of the parents starts to change his mind about things when the children start dying off one by one. It is the very definition of kitchen sink genre storytelling, with some additional edge provided by everything we slowly but surely begin to understand about the future into which creator Aaron Guzikowski has catapulted us to. To explain in detail what's happening would detract from the experience of puzzling it out on one's own, but central to the circumstances is a religious war along the bluntest of schisms: atheists versus believers. One which led to a bloody war. Much of Raised by Wolves does indeed focus on typical parenting choices. Should we teach the kids to follow their fate or trust only in signs? Should they be taught to fight and fend for themselves or be protected fiercely until they're fully grown? Should they be vegans or meat eaters? It's all very confusing, and I'm not sure at the moment if that is intentionally structured to keep us on our toes or it's just bad storytelling. Any of the Alien movies. Hell, the androids in the show have white blood, which is either a throwback to Alien or this is taking place in the Alien universe. You could limit yourself to saying this show has most in common with Ridley Scott's Alien stuff, which are Alien, Prometheus, and Covenant. But all the Alien movies have a similar through line till Ridley Scott just went nuts. Westworld deals with androids and the fictional nature of reality. Although that show's first 3 episodes were a much better showing. The pacing was amazing and it didn't tip its hand too early, and I believe Jonathan Nolan is a better writer than Aaron Guzikowski. Snowpiercer, Bong Joon-ho's superb masterpiece starring Chris Evans, not the shitty TV show. It has similar themes of desolation and class warfare, and generally this is just me asking you to go watch Snowpiercer again. It's amazing. It looks great, so there is that. There's some really interesting production designs and visuals, but it covers themes and topics so prevalent in science fiction that ultimately nothing new comes out of it. Yes, religion doesn't get covered these deeply, especially on TV, but I kept asking myself if I was being told something new, and I wasn't. The show has severe pacing issues, particularly in the first 2 episodes. I found myself checking my phone a number of times throughout the show because nothing of interest was happening for long stretches of time, and when the big ideas are revealed, they don't converge. The world never fully coalesces in 3 hours of TV time. Does it have some strange things to tell you? Sure it does. But does it mean something more in the grander scheme of things? No, it doesn't. The show, in parts, is as boring as the on-the-nose idea of Father, the male android making dad jokes. I'm not kidding you. The father makes dad jokes. I will be finishing the season out to see if it's greater than the sum of its parts, but we deserve more from Ridley Scott.